Welcome to day 73 of the Seeker's Guide to Soul Contact. This course consists of 365 lessons, and we make them all available to those who seek. The theme for today is seed thoughts. The lower mind cannot dispel illusion by itself and needs some help from the higher. The higher mind is always there willing to assist us when we do our part to make contact. Very few make the needed contact until they finally decide to tread the path which will take them home. One exercise that all can do, which will strengthen the link between the lower and higher self, is the use of seed thoughts. A seed thought is a phrase, potent with meaning, upon which the student contemplates with the goal of receiving greater light or inspiration. Sometimes a thought represented by just a few words, when contemplated, can provide enough inspiration for an entire book. After all, we are told that in the beginning was the Word. Could God have used one mere word as a seed thought that expanded into all there is? Interesting seed thought right there. One thing that has helped me to realize the value of seed thoughts was that in my youth, I memorized quite a few scriptures. Later on, when I had boring jobs or was just doing a lot of driving with nothing to do, those scriptures I had previously memorized just seemed to float around in my head now and then. When this happened and I reflected upon them, often more understanding would come and I would see them in a light that hadn't been there before. I began to realize the truth of the ancient Jewish idea that all inspired words had at least three meanings. They called this the body, soul, and spirit of the scriptures. Still others believe that inspired words or writings have up to 7 meanings. Throughout my life, I have found that those memorized scriptures to be excellent seed thoughts. Sometimes 20 or 30 years after they had been memorized, additional light would come when reflecting on them. One thing I discovered is that not all scripture words or seed thoughts are the same. Some have more potency, meaning, and harmony with the soul than others. Even some single words can provide powerful thoughts to contemplate. Examples of such words are love, God, vibration, relationship, spirit, etc. A phrase is good though, for it can contain potent words that have an overall potency in its entirety. For your assignment today, I will give you a seed thought which has provided me with great light over the years. Let this thought run through your mind throughout the next day and see what additional thoughts come. When you realize additional light or understanding, ask yourself if perhaps it came from your higher mind rather than your lower. If you pay attention, you will sense the difference between something that comes from the lower and the higher. Here is the seed thought for today. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I'm sure you've heard that before, but perhaps you haven't really contemplated it very deeply before. Now memorize this scripture and let it come up often in your thoughts during the next 24 hours. You must do more than let it just come to your memory, however. Ask yourself questions about it, such as, what is truth? How will I know it? Why and how would it set me free? You must ask yourself questions as you think about the seed thought, as sometimes the questions reach the soul which knows the answer. For today's affirmation, use the seed thought. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. See you tomorrow.